So after 34 years, Tetris has been beaten.
Wow.
Finally. And so this is a rabbit hole beta.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to keep this really, really light. So in Tetris, the fastest level you can get to is 29.
Okay.
Where they figured that would be beating Tetris, right? Because you get to level 29, it's the fastest it can go. It's not going any faster than that. But when you think about, if you've watched something like King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters, or you followed anything that talks about kill screens in old school gaming, how they really determine whether you beat a game or not is that you've taken it all the way to the kill screen, especially these, games that just have level upon level upon level, like Pac-Man or something like that, that just kind of keeps going.
Yeah.
Your goal is to play it so far that the game breaks itself. It doesn't know what to do anymore.
Yep.
And so for the longest time, level 29 was informally considered the kill screen in Tetris because normal people and even above normal people could not play past that. Like the levels were so fast that you couldn't get the pieces to the outside walls anymore.
That's
so you just stacked up in the middle and the game was over. Well, in 2011, a new way of playing the game called hyper tapping was invented. And it's what you think. It's like almost like you vibrating your fingers on the controls to where you can, if you have, the eyes and the wherewithal for it, you can move the pieces around fine. So that pushed people past level 29. And so people were like, oh, snap. Okay, well, we're gonna see how far we can push this. Then 9 years later, 2020, so not long ago, hyper tapping was replaced by rolling. And so rolling is where you have your fingers on the buttons, but that your hands under the controller push the controller up to your fingers instead of you pushing down onto the buttons. And so that made it to where like you could continue pushing it. So now here we go. Like the second day of 2024, a kid named Blue Scuddy, who's been going back and forth actually with the high score. So another thing with the high score is Tetris only goes to 1 million. And so you can only score 1 million points in Tetris, but there's like little mods and stuff that you can do that kind of does scoring separately. And so you can score way beyond 1 million points. Tetris stops at 9999999. And so this kid's playing and he's recording it and he's streaming it, which is awesome. And this Joker reaches the kill screen. Now, what's nuts about this kill screen in Tetris is that you actually have to do something specific. It's not like you just play, kill screen happens. But it's like you got to play, and then just clear one line and it breaks the game instead of like getting a Tetris and clearing 5 lines at once.
Interesting.
And so this kid's playing and you can I watched the video today. It's like 40 minutes long.
You mean you watched his stream recap? Is that what you mean? When you
I watched the stream. Yeah, his VOD. Yep. And you just kind of like, you kind of see him getting excited as he's playing because now he's reaching the high score goal, which was, I think was at the point he was like 6.6 million. He had held and then that got beat by somebody at 6.7 million, even nobody's still not reaching the kill screen. And so as he's getting up to those numbers, you can feel the nerves kind of like getting up in him. He's 13 years old. This kid is right here from America. And so he's playing. And he starts saying, just die already. Just die already. Just die already. And boom, he clears the one line kill screen. You hear go, beep, the game. And he freaks out. He's like, I can't feel my hands. He's been playing for 40 minutes at this like super high stakes level of Tetris. And so 13 years old, man.
Wow.
34 years later beats Tetris on the NES. And it's not just the speed that becomes a problem, but also the colors that it starts throwing at you becomes really hard to see. So some of the background's black and then the blocks will be black. And so it's you're fighting against all kind of stuff or dark gray. And so there's a couple levels called like dusk and charcoal that have been named by the fans of the community once you start getting into those higher levels because they've become infamous for not being able to be beaten because you can barely see it. And he talked about on one of his levels. They were saying which one level's hardest for you. I can't remember which one he said it was, but his TV didn't display greens well. And there's one where it's, all the pieces are green. And so he just talked about how hard green was to see. So Willis Gibson, AKA Blue Scuddy.
Wow.
We tip our hat to you, sir. Yes. 13 years old, coming through in a Cobra clutch. Yeah. GG indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.